investigation of the accident made it such that the township, under the advice of the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board, isolated and quadrant off the site until we could take a better look this morning in a minute here to the coroner, and he'll discuss the removal of the bodies and so on. NTSB will have later briefings with the media. The daily briefings or periodical briefings will continue to occur at this site. This is where the media center will be set up. It's also where the emergency response support staff will also be dispatched out of. Due to the location of the site, we are going to have to shuttle them in and restrict the area. The Pennsylvania State Police will be involved in the immediate perimeter isolation and protection of the scene, and the local police departments will coordinate the outer perimeter. Let me make it perfectly clear that any person non-authorized to be at that site will be immediately arrested and removed from the site. At this point, that's really all I can tell you. We will do Q&A in a little bit. At this point, I'd like to turn this briefing over to Wayne Tatalovich, the county coroner.
The only thing I'd like to add is that we are waiting for the NTSB to give us approval to... We are waiting for the NTSB to give us approval to enter the area. I just spoke with them several minutes ago. We expect that to occur within the next hour or so. When we get the go-ahead, we have our team ready to move in and begin the operation.
How difficult is it going to be?
Okay, let's do one more statement, then we'll take the Q&As.
Yeah, one other thing, our EMS department had a temporary morgue selected in our talks last night, and after thinking the situation over and realizing the large number of fatalities involved, we went up to the 911 airlift station at the Greater Pittsburgh Airport, observed their hangar. The facility is twice as large as ours in Beaver County. The ventilation is better. Everything about the facility is better, and we have decided, even though the coroner's office will maintain jurisdiction over this investigation, we have decided that everyone would be better served by moving the temporary morgue to the Greater Pittsburgh Airport area.
Let me also say, my name is Mark Singo. I'm the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth. First and foremost, our hearts go out to all of the families of the victims of this disaster. We wanted to make sure that on behalf of Governor Casey and all of the people in this Commonwealth, that we express our condolences and our most sincere, heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims who perished in this disaster. Second, I wanted to say, for the record, that we are very proud of the immediate response that we received, not only from state personnel, but also from the County of Allegheny, the County of Beaver. The emergency services personnel have been outstanding. Most of these people have been here all night and into the morning. We know that we have established a very good working relationship, and we will be able to tackle the very difficult job of mitigating the disaster and dealing with the removal of both the fragments and the remains of the bodies. We will work closely together and make sure that that federal, state, and local partnership continues. Third, from the state's perspective, we have deployed the Pennsylvania State Police at the request of the local emergency management director and the county officials. We will put 60 state police on site around the clock in 12-hour shifts, 12 on, 12 off, for as long as they are needed on the immediate perimeter. As Jim has said, they are under orders to arrest and detain anybody who is even near the perimeter. it is important that people stay away from the site so that the paid and volunteer emergency personnel can do their job. The next phase is going to be to survey the entire scene and to begin the process of organizing the removal of the remains of the bodies. The rest of the, you should also know that we now understand that there was no hazardous cargo aboard the plane. The cargo manifest indicates that there was no hazardous materials, and that's an important minor break in this incident. The final comment from the state's perspective is this: the entire array of the state's resources are available to those who are on the scene. We already have personnel from the Pennsylvania State Police, the Department of Environmental Resources, PennDOT, and we will make available to those who are here on site any resource that they need in order to deal with this tragedy. I thank you.
Dr. Television, how difficult is it going to be to recover the remains, and what do you foresee in terms of identification problems?
It's going to be quite difficult due to the severity of the crash, the enormity of the crash. A lot of body parts are strewn all over the area. We have the FBI on hand this morning. We have an odontology team coming in from Harrisburg. We've got the Pennsylvania Funeral Directors Association here this morning, and we're ready to go, but I suspect it's going to take quite some time.
Could it take days or weeks to remove them physically from the site?
Yes. I suspect we'll be doing that sometime today.
And Dr. Television, again, speaking up very clearly, if you could explain to us, describe the task that you face, how difficult, describe the task.
Well, it's a densely wooded area. The crash was so severe that we haven't been able to determine how broad of an area that debris and body parts are strewn over, and we'll be able today to make a better assessment of that when we get in there.
But is this a daunting challenge? I mean, describe it in sort of as daunting.
Yeah, that's I would say impossible.
How many people are going to be involved in this? What's going to be the procedure?
The procedure is that as soon as we get approval from the NTSB, that we'll put a team of probably 20 coroners, forensic pathologists, EMS people, and I think 8 state troopers who are trained in this particular field will be going into the field very soon.
When you say impossible, you mean that there may be some that will not be identified?
That would be my educated guess, right?
A majority, or?
That's possible.
Would you elaborate a little bit, in other words, make that assessment?
I'd rather not do that. It's you know, there are a lot of pieces of bodies out there, and even with the expertise we have, there's a possibility that some people may not be identified.
I know it's very early, but at this point, is it too early to speculate on what line of thought
The NTSB's here, FAA's here, and they recovered the box, and I suspect they'll be listening to that sometime today.
Yes, we did arrest, I don't believe it's 8, last count I had was 6, and yes, the same situation. We had a lot of people in here. The area, because it's wooded in the vast array, we had the road checkoffs fairly done, but we literally had people going through the woods and climbing up cliffs and crossing 4-lane highways to get to the site. I don't know why, what the reason was for that, but they learned their lesson with an arrest.
And there's something more to be said about that, and that is this. I had the opportunity to visit the site this morning, and it is not the kind of site, first of all, that you want to see. And secondly, it's a dangerous area. There are a number of fragments of the airplane which was decimated, strewn about a 2 football field area, and there are the remains of bodies that are going to cause a great deal of potential problems for anybody on the scene. We must leave the area open to the paid and volunteer emergency personnel. They've got to have space to do their job. We will not tolerate people on scene that are not authorized.
I
Has anyone been arrested trying to get on the scene?
Yes,
we
that's
did.
what
We
we were
arrested.
just saying.
We arrested 6 people last night for attempting to get in there. And again, you know, the warning goes out. Everyone, including yourselves, will be arrested if you attempt to get up into that site. We have to cordon it off. We have to let the TSB get in there and the coroner get in there to do their jobs. One to determine the cause of the crash, and the other one's for removal and identification of the bodies. That's the most important job that we have right now, and that's what we're dedicated to do. We have, again, I can't thank the people of Allegheny County, the emergency response out of Beaver County, and the state of Pennsylvania in responding to this situation. And we are dedicated to doing those 2 major goals at this time, and that's what our fix and objective is at this moment.
And Lieutenant Governor, could you tell us how...
the largest piece of the airplane that you have seen?
I can't. The tail piece
About a
seems to be the
1/4
most, the last piece and the only piece that's really intact.
How much of it? Can you see the whole tail piece or what?
No.
Let-
No,
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I don't know really what difference that makes anyways. That's not the issue and the objective. NTSB will determine and look at those parts and determine what they need to do. Our main objective is to let them do their job and let the Beaver County coroner and his staff do their job. And that's what's important here, and I think that's what we need to focus on.
Is there any estimate on how long it would take to...
We have obviously, we will help them, but their PR people, we're going to turn this operation over to them, and because it's their site. Yes, they are here with the coroner.
And Lieutenant Governor, could you tell us a little bit about the challenge that you're facing you, and also about not only the recovery of bodies, but the investigation?
Well, having actually been on the scene, and all of those who are valiantly to survey the scene and to begin the process of removing the remnants. This plane was decimated. The scene is one of absolute carnage. What we have are fragments of an airplane, and we have literally small remains of the human beings that were aboard that plane. This is going to be a very difficult challenge for all of the officials and all of the emergency response people. The coroner is right. This is going to be a daunting task. It's going to be difficult to accomplish the mission of removing the remains and identifying the individuals. All we can do is give them our full support and cooperation, and that's what we're here to do.
Called in for fingerprint identification. Are they now?
I don't know if that's true.
Identification of the plane crash itself?
We've got too many people asking questions.
What was the question?
What was the question again, sir?
We understand the FBI has been called in.
No,
Are they
answer it.
usually just here for identification of the
Standard
bodies,
procedure.
or are they helping with the investigation of the cause of the crash?
No, the investigation of the cause of the crash will be up to NTSB and the FAA. The FBI is here only for fingerprint identification.
Who else is involved in the efforts to identify and...
We have, I don't know, I think about 6 or 7 forensic pathologists from the area here. 8 state troopers who are trained in this area. We have the EMS people here. We have the Pennsylvania Funeral Directors Association with their emergency truck here. We have also had offers from all the surrounding coroner's office, and I'm sure that half of those are here as well today.
How long is it going to take?
That was Beaver County officials in Pennsylvania updating us on the latest information on the crash of USAir Flight 427, which took place last evening in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. The cause of the crash has not been determined. National Transportation Safety Board members are said to be on the scene trying to determine the cause of the crash. The major focus of today's activities, however, will be the removal of victims' bodies, which have been said to be strewn across a large part of the crash site. That's supposed to be a daunting and long task, which the county's coroner, Dr. Tatalovich, says could take days or weeks to complete. Also, a warning from officials that anyone attempting to get to the crash site will be detained or arrested. Lieutenant Governor says 6 people have been arrested thus far attempting to get into the crash site. We will have more moments after the break on the crash of USAir Flight 427 when Daybreak continues in a moment.
If you and your wife are off to beautiful Kauai, Visa Gold's purchase power can pay for every romantic moment.
Hi, honey. Finally came down.
Not to mention a new pair of glasses.
I wanted to tell you how much I'm enjoying this second honeymoon. And that I loved you.
Thank you.
Because Jenkins Optical can make new glasses in an hour, but they won't take American Express.
Who's that?
Visa Gold.
I've never seen him before in my life.
I'm here with a few friends speaking to you on a Motorola cellular phone. You guys ready?
Sure.
We're here to show you that these Motorola phones are built to take a lot of punishment. Everyone okay?
Check. Oh, yeah. Roger.
Is there a tougher cellular phone out there? Spare me. Motorola, the best-selling, most preferred cellular phones in the world.
See that little black square on your Buick Park Avenue's key? It's worth a lot of money because it can save you a substantial amount on auto insurance. It's an electronic device that activates your ignition. You can drive your car, but a would-be thief cannot. You won't find this feature on Mercedes or Lexus. You will find it on Park Avenue from Buick, the new symbol for quality in America.
We want the best home electronics for the best price without running all over town.
Daymart gives us real value for our dollar.
Keep food fresher longer with this professional vacuum sealing system. Seals plastic bags, canisters, and canning jars. A great way to save time and money. Whether moving from a home of many years, setting out on your own, or buying something new, Beacons delivers. Beacons, moving every little bit of America. Call 1-800-743-7001 for your free catalog, $15 Daymark certificate, and MCI bonus. And remember, Daymark always welcomes the American Express card.
Rheem is ready to launch a new era in furnaces.
Begin countdown. 5.
5 years in planning.
4.
4 years in development.
3.
3 years in lab testing.
2.
2 years in field testing.
1.
Now there's only one choice in high-efficiency furnaces. Quiet, tough, reliable.